I'm Froggy, and here is a My Froggy Stuff mashup. This week, we've got what you need to get your dolls on the move. From bicycles to skateboards, we've got you covered. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. I am going to make a snowboard for a doll using cardboard, craft foam, stickers, and glue. And to make a few accessories, I'm using elastic, craft foam, metallic scrapbook paper, and a sock. I start by drawing my design onto a piece of cardboard. I drew a board that came to about the middle of my doll's arm. I cut it out. I glue the cardboard onto a piece of craft foam, apply a line of glue around the edges, lay another piece of craft foam on top, and press down on the edges. Once fully enclosed, I trim off the excess. With a shoe on, I trace my doll's foot onto a piece of craft foam. I cut it out, cut thin strips of craft foam. I fit them to my doll's shoe, make two, and glue them to my board. I slightly bend the ends of my board up, decorate it with a few stickers, take an inside-out sock, put it on your doll's head, tie it into a knot, use a needle and thread to secure it, then trim off the knot. Then flip it right side out to make a cute little hat. And for a smaller doll, I would use a baby sock. On a piece of metallic scrapbook paper, on the back, I draw out the shape for a pair of ski goggles. I cut it out. I glue it to a piece of craft foam, trim around the edges, glue a piece of elastic to the sides, and you're done.
Happy crafting!
I am going to make a skateboard for a doll using recycled paperboard, pony beads, toothpicks, coffee straws or stirrers, printables from our blog, fine sandpaper, acrylic paint, and glue. I start by cutting out the printable template, or I can sketch the pattern by hand. Trace it onto paperboard, trace several, cut them out, stack and glue them together, making sure to cover the factory print. I use a flat edge to bend the ends forward, then allow the glue to dry. File the edges smooth to make the board. Cut a small piece of paperboard, make a hole at one end, and I like to use needle nose pliers. However, adult supervision is recommended. Push a toothpick into the hole, apply glue, and trim off the excess. Place a bead over the cut end of the toothpick, apply glue, and allow it to dry. Cut a small piece of a coffee straw, glue it in front of the bead, measure and cut the remaining portion of the toothpick to the board, sand the ends, place 2 pony beads onto the toothpick, followed by a straw. Cut the straw at the end of the toothpick so that when it is placed on the toothpick, there is just enough space for the beads on the sides. Apply a generous drop of glue to the bead and cut straw. Place the other straw going across into the glue, then turn it slightly so that it is completely covered. Make sure that it is centered on the bead. To cut down on drying time, I can omit the lower straw and use hot glue. Paint it and the toothpick black, then silver. Once dried, glue the toothpick in the pony bead, push the toothpick through the straw, and glue on the other pony bead, making sure it can turn. Repeat to make 2 for the wheels. Place them on the board and carefully make a hole through the paperboard for the end of the toothpick to go through. Make a mark on the other side and trim off the excess. And now it's time to cover the back of the board. Using a printable, we can use the template to draw our own design, or we can trace the pattern onto packaging from toy and cereal boxes. And this is fun because it gives a light gloss to the back of the board. Glue the image onto the board, glue on the wheels, trace the pattern onto sandpaper, cut it out, glue it on top. I added a little paint to the wheels, and you're done.
Happy crafting!
I am going to make a bike for a doll using thin cardboard from cereal boxes, a hole punch, craft paint, thread, Mod Podge, recycled computer paper, ribbon, a pencil, a nail file, and glue. I start by cutting down the side of a cereal box, lay it flat, and sketch out a wheel for the bike. Using a ruler, I draw a line through the center, then sketch around the lines to make them thicker. Draw a circle around the center point, cut it out, use a hole punch to put a hole in the center, place the circle on another piece of cardboard, and then make a triangle that extends past the circle. Tracing the circle for the wheel, and then making a line that extends out like so. Extend the top of the triangle for the seat, add another circle at the end of the triangle. Using a doll as a guide, I make a line at the top of the triangle that is about the same length as the doll's arm. Make a parallel line to this side of the triangle. I line up my ruler to the center of the back wheel, making sure it's parallel to the top line. Then I make a circle down at this end for the front wheel. Place the wheel over the circle, then trace the circle in the center of the wheel. Draw another connecting line, draw around the lines to make them thicker, cut it out, and I like to cut into the corners first to reach some of those hard to reach spots. Sketch out the handlebars, the seat, and the pedals. Cut them out, punch a hole out of the center of the circles to make my pattern. Or you can just go to our blog and print off our pattern. Begin tracing them onto more cardboard, cut them out, cut a few pieces of the frame without the extensions for the wheels, cut a few extra circles, then begin gluing similar cutouts together. And as I glue the wheels, I just turn them slightly so that the wheels start to look like they have spokes. Divide the frame of the body into 2 even stacks. So once glued, I have a stack of 4 of the full frame, then a stack of 6 for the cut one, and another stack of 4. 6 cutouts for each wheel, 8 for the handlebars, 10 for the seat, 5 for each pedal, and we cut out and stacked 5 small rectangles for the bottom of the pedal, and a stack of 6 for each circle. Sand the rough edges. I sand down this bottom edge of the frame to give the wheel a little more clearance. Glue the pieces of the frame together, then continue sanding to make the edges smooth. I even sanded some details on the seat. Sand between the layers of the frame so the wheels can move smoothly. Begin painting the pieces. Wrap the ends of the handlebars with thread and secure with glue. Paint them with a layer of Mod Podge. Roll a piece of cut computer paper around a toothpick. Secure the end with glue. Paint them. Begin to assemble the bike by sliding the wheel through the opening in the frame. Use the paper tubes to secure the wheel in place. Use a hole punch on a painted piece of cardboard and glue it over the ends of the paper tube. Glue the large circle in place, then the smaller circle. Glue a piece of ribbon around the circles. Glue the parts of the pedal together, then glue them in place. Attach the back wheel the same way as the front, the seat, the handlebars, and you're done.
Happy crafting!
I am going to make a surfboard for a doll using printables from our blog, scrapbook paper, scrap pieces of felt, popsicle sticks and skinny sticks, recycled paperboard, a pencil, a nail file, and glue. I start by printing out our surfboard printable and deciding which size I would like to make, like for a mini doll, or a 10 to 12 inch, or the two parts for an 18 inch. I can also choose to sketch my design on a piece of paper. Carefully cut it out. For an 18-inch doll, the pieces must be overlaid and glued in place. Trace it onto paperboard, trace several, cut them out, stack and glue them together, making a slight curve in the board as I go. Sand the edges round, glue on the printable or a piece of scrapbook paper. Cut out the fin, stack and glue pieces of paperboard, cover with paper, then glue underneath. However, the fin is optional. Brush on a layer of clear glue if you like. The glue will give the board a nice polished finish, however, it may create bubbles, and it can fade the ink on a printable. Glue together popsicle sticks and skinny sticks, making 4 letter A's. Use cut popsicle sticks to connect 2 together. Glue another one across the middle section to help brace it so the dolls can have a place to polish their boards. Cut a small piece of felt for them to use as a hand towel. And you're done.
Happy crafting!
I am going to make a helmet for a doll using a plastic Easter egg, craft foam, and glue. I start by pulling the Easter egg apart. I find the correct size by fitting the semicircle half to my doll's head, cut a long thin strip of craft foam. I measure it to my doll, making sure there's enough give to fit over her chin. I trim it, split the ends, apply glue to the ends, glue it to the inside of the Easter egg, and now I have a basic helmet. Using craft foam, I can decorate it in a variety of ways by adding a visor, a stripe, spikes, animal ears, or eyes. And you're done.
Happy crafting!
Thank you for joining us for this My Froggy Stuff mashup. Let us know what mashups you would like to see in the comments down below. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to ring the bell and follow us on Instagram at My Froggy Stuff and the Frog Vlog. And we will see you next time. Bye!